I think they only pay you from the time you register, to be honest.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Who's okay? We're waiting for all the guys to get on. Sheldon, Kyle. I need all the guys that have got social media followings. Why don't you retweet the banter bubbles, the email?
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning, Craig. Let's wait for everyone to get on. Okay, I'll give it 3 more minutes and then get everybody else on, and then we start. Josh, why don't you drop a generic link in the management group for people who want to join?
Because it's a webinar, there has to be like specific invite links for each panelist. It's a little bit of a different structure.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Let's get Miles. Let's just wait for Miles, Sheldon, and Kyle so we can just get.
I'm here.
Mr. Miles, can you retweet or can you tell people to join? Can you use your Twitter class to get people to join our morning call?
No, I've already got the whole day scheduled. I'm very OCD with my Twitter. I don't really do retweets in general, like for no one.
Okay.
I'm very OCD with the Twitter. If you go through the feed, you'll notice. I will support though. I'll like it and comment. That'll boost it. I'll do that. That should get it an extra few thousand.
Chips. I didn't know how sensitive people were about their Twitter accounts. My Twitter account's a shit show.
I mean, there's kind of a line in the sand. You gotta decide what type of Twitter account you want to be, and I decided pretty early that I want to do everything to optimize for growth and engagement.
Okay. Just wait 2 more minutes for the guys to log on.
Good morning.
Morning. Geez, that Mitch McConnell Frozen 3 thing is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I don't know if you saw it. A wifey posted it.
Yeah, the meme. It's funny.
Funny. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I mean, it's savage, but it's funny. Mal, you're competing with Crypto Rover on your Twitter account. He's also quite pedantic about his posts.
You know, it's so frustrating because, like, although my engagement rate's better than his, like much better, he just kills me on follower growth because I refuse to shill like rubbish like he does, like the freaking Bitcoin $1 million.
I mean, I had to unfollow him. I just can't. I mean, the stuff that he posts is such garbage. It's so not factual that you just like it's actually like following that account is useless.
Yeah, it's just hopium. It's pure hopium and copium. That's it.
Exactly. It's just pure sensationalism. Like I even like this weekend because it still comes up in my feed because I think I have like you have 2 feeds, you know, following and then recommended for you or whatever, and it still comes up in my feed. So like they said something like trillions of dollars are going to flow into the BlackRock ETF. I'm like, the whole US
He
ETF
loves
market
those.
is $10 trillion. Explain to me how trillions of dollars are gonna flow into the BlackRock ETF.
Ryan, I'll give you a
Yeah,
good
he's
one.
also claimed Apple
his-
have bought Bitcoin in the past, which is why I followed you.
One of his recent tweets was, after this breakout, God candle to 100K. Like literally that there was a breakout of a trend line, and that trend line breakout would take us to $100,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah, but he spread misinformation. Like that September post was just horrendous, and he kept posting it. Posted it again, I think.
It's a problem. I stopped following it, but unfortunately, Twitter won't. I should probably block it, and then I probably won't get any more noise from it. Okay, Josh, close the waiting room, please. Whoever's not on, goodbye. And whoever's not on, don't send them invites for tomorrow or ever. Okay, Josh, are we closed? Is the shop closed?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, let's go. Chaps, what's happening? I'll give you some bit of good news. Well, two bits of good news. One is that the Bubbles user base seems to be quite steady at about double where it was a month ago. So I think it's going very, very well in terms of increasing the user base. So just keep the attention, keep the focus on it, because it is working. Whatever we're doing, it is working. And then I'm going to start reaching out to more of my influencer network. Like Crypto Eunice just did one story on Twitter and on Instagram, and she got I think she got 100 downloads or something.
Yep.
Yeah, so those things are powerful. It just shows that our strategy is right. We just need to get more people on board. James. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry, I don't know if
I'll do a story
if
today.
I-
I'm interested to see if stories have decent conversion on Instagram.
Yeah, for some reason your video didn't convert, huh? Your video really didn't convert. Quite disappointing. Not disappointing in you, but I'm just saying disappointing in results.
How many did it get in the end? Like 20.
James, how many did Miles'
25.
video get in the end?
James is running Carl's show. But I'll check it now. I'll let you know.
I mean, let's
Okay, cool.
just keep trying new things. I'm not a fan of judging
Yeah,
after a
sure.
sample size of one.
No.
We'll
I'm
just
just saying.
keep
Yeah,
trying.
I'm just saying that that video didn't convert for some reason. But it also could be that the banter pond is saturated now. Like we've
Yeah,
killed
let's
the banter pond.
try Instagram and those platforms
Instagram.
now.
Instagram, TikTok. I think that's where we want to be.
I'm focusing.
Um,
My Instagram's basically a fitness account at the moment. But anyway,
Yeah, maybe. I don't, is Annie on the call? Sorry, I'm walking, so I can't see. Because Annie has a TikTok. Annie has a good TikTok.
She's not on the call now.
Okay. Well, she has a good TikTok. So Josh, let's reach out to her and see if we can get her to do something.
100%.
I think I asked this last week. What's the base user base now? Josh, is it like 4 or 5K?
Yeah, it's about 4.5.
Nice.
Yeah, a bit more, like 5K.
Even on the weekends.
Yeah.
Even on the weekends,
Good.
like where there's low volatility and stuff, we're still holding over 4K, which is great. Amazing.
Yeah, ideally
great.
you want it to become part of everyone's daily sort of, like
It
you
will
wake
be.
up in the morning and you check this, or you need to check prices quick, you check this. That's what we want to click in people's minds.
It will be as soon as we add the news group, which is when are we adding the news group, Josh?
I'll check for you now, but I think they're finished. They start working on it this week, and it should be, I think, this month, just the 20th roughly.
Wait, no, it was way before the 20th. It was like the 14th or something. It was way before the 20th.
Let me just check here quickly.
Yeah, it was way before the 20th.
Yeah, the office internet's a bit slow today. I'll come back to me.
Okay. Cool. Let's go into content, guys. What's happening? I know it's a holiday in the United States, so it's probably going to be a slow news day.
Yep. The obviously weekly close and monthly close and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it doesn't look too nice on the weekly, to be honest, especially the weekly candle.
Wow, what does the weekly candle look like? That it's not that it doesn't.
There's like
look
a
so
massive
nice.
wick. There's a massive wick to the upside. To like
Yeah, it's like a heavy
28K,
sell candle. Yeah.
and then we close below 26. So it just doesn't look great. But it's still holding support. There's no reason to be worried just yet.
I do like
Everything
that
else-
dominance looks the same way though. Heavy rejection candle to the downside, yeah.
Yep.
That's why you can see for the day the alts are slightly. I'm actually doing a show based on that. You know, not so much focusing on the dollar to see what altcoins are actually getting near weekly breakouts to Bitcoin. Because if we do continuous dominance, it should actually be a few weeks to the downside in dominance. So we should focus more around what else could outperform Bitcoin.
I mean, if we close the weekly right now with this little doji, then that's a reversal signal. So, yeah, we're in an interesting position.
Yep. From a price perspective, though, we haven't really changed in days, which is quite.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get much.
I mean, the
USDT
25,300 was scary. The 25,000, the dip to 25,300 was scary. It was just.
Oh, you're scared, huh?
No, I'm just
It
saying.
was quick and there was no buying. There was 0 buying.
Yeah,
but
those weeks lasted a couple of minutes, but it lasted an hour or two.
Jeff poached extra. Still not.
But I mean,
but the
currently
pressure
we
you
do
don't
have
usually
a
get
bullish
big buyups.
divergence on
You
the.
get like the slow bleed. That's what you get with the pressure.
Yeah.
It just sits there, goes sideways for a little bit, and then it drops a little bit, and it goes. You don't really get much of those reversal big buy-ups. And if it does what it usually does, it's a couple months of this. But I do think altcoins. I do think the altcoin reckoning to Bitcoin is done for now. Especially if we have another good red weekly close this week. I don't think the alts are going to get as hammered.
Well, I see a lot of these alts have reclaimed some levels they lost on Friday with that BTC dump, and they've climbed back nicely now. So they're definitely showing a little bit more strength.
Yeah, a lot of alts are 2-3% up on Bitcoin for the day. So
Is ETH up versus Bitcoin? ETH BTC. I'm not at my computer.
yeah, ETH is still boring as hell. It's not doing much, but
Yeah, Miles, it's green. It's
Because
holding
I
that
did
support
make
nice.
on my Friday show, I said that I expected like alts to maybe like slightly outperform over the next like week or so. So I just want to be right on that call. So hopefully it
I think
stays
it will be
green.
right. I think it will be right. Let's be
Guys,
honest.
I think
The first pump this year, we actually had altcoins near the, respectable levels of where Bitcoin was, and then the second pump of Bitcoin's 31, the alts just sat flat. So I wouldn't be surprised. I just feel alts are undervalued to Bitcoin right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just slightly make their way up, even though Bitcoin doesn't really need to make its way up. Just a little catch up when it comes, because they got hammered to the Bitcoin pairings.
Does anyone know what's going on with Fetch? It's had another good run. This whole week's been pretty strong, and this weekend it was really good. Anyone know what's happening?
Yeah, it's just hype off those DWF guys. They've bought and they're in, and they're publicly tweeting about it. They did it last week, so people are still just speculating. Everyone's looking for that next sort of cyber, and these low market cap, easy to move sort of tokens like Fetch have these DWF guys behind it, and people are just speculating. It's all speculation. That's why it continues to go up. I wouldn't short this thing. It's up a lot, but yeah, just
You can't even trade these things at all. Like you can't even long, because by the time you find it, you'll just get dumped on.
Well, that cyber thing went up for like a week, 5 days.
Yeah, Cyber did well. Fetch was a nice trade off a good support area on Friday, and now there's a short zone coming at 29, 0.29.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
So that could be a good one.
As far as like events happening this week, there's just nothing. Like there's no sort of catalyst that can even.
Is that FTX account, the tokens moving around in the FTX account?
Yes.
What's the story there? Is it real? Is it really the
Yeah,
FTX
it's real.
account?
It's their wallets, but it's they're talking about wrapped BTC, but wrapped BTC on Solana is worth nothing. It's only worth $900 or something. So that will have no effect. But the Solana is moving
Why?
around.
Hold on. Whoa. Who wrapped it? Was it FTX that wrapped it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, then it's worth nothing.
Yeah. So it's worth actually nothing. But the Solana stuff is moving around. They have $900 million of Solana, and then they have SPL tokens or something, and maps and all that stuff. But everyone's
and the 900 billion are all vested, all fully vested, obviously.
Yeah, well, there's been no clarity on that. They were initially locked, but like who knows what can happen in a court of law and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, but it is on the move. Sounds like a great tile and title, but it's just nothing. It's kind of just moving around. But I don't know how long it's been dormant for. I need to check that. But yeah, they're on the move.
Okay.
But again, the wrap BTC is worth nothing, so that's not a worry. It's $200 million if it was worth BTC prices.
Yeah, because there's no collateral backing it. Okay, so that's quite, do we have a list of the FTX coins? We do. We've gone through them already.
Yeah. Yep.
We have gone through it already. Okay, That's one option. What's the story with Gala Games and the two founders? So why are they fighting? What are they suing each other for?
One co-founder is suing. So the CEO is suing the co-founder for selling $130 million worth of Gala tokens. And then the other guy is suing the other guy for wasting, quote unquote, wasting millions of dollars in company assets and misuse of funds. One claim is $130 million of tokens. The other one is misuse of customer funds. Not customer funds, company funds.
Yeah, so they're calling it $130 million of theft.
Yep. But what was really annoying about it,
allegations. It's quite a messy story I was reading about. Really bad.
What was annoying was when the news came out, or when it supposedly came out, the price didn't move, and it didn't move for like an hour or two. And I was like, oh, okay, obviously this is old news, or the market is just not reacting. And then I woke up like 8 hours later, and the price was down 15%. And I was
we had such a good window to short. I was in the same boat as you. I saw the news instantly, and I was like, oh, it isn't reacting. Maybe like it was insiders pre-positioning. So I thought, well, I'm gonna hold off, and same as you. Fucking would have been the best short, and the best long was those gaming, like all the other gaming studios, because everyone just poured their money into like PYR and all these other Nagamoto and whatever it's called, Nakamoto studio.
Miria did quite well as well.
Miria.
Yeah, there was like would you call it a rotation? Yeah, I suppose you would, but
it must have been a
semi-rotation, because obviously most liquidity probably just went back into like stable pairs or BTC, and then like I don't know what percentage, but a smaller percentage probably went into the games.
But this is,
you'd imagine.
Same thing happened with the ETF news. Bitcoin's pretty slow to react.
Yep. But like, as kind of mediocre as it sounds, this is sort of how these sort of narratives kind of spin up out of nowhere. One thing happens, and this sort of capital rotation happens, and then everyone starts getting bullish on Twitter, and then it's off to the races again with these sort of things. Like you can see all these big traders now thinking, oh, PYR looks great and this sort of stuff, but they have massive influence. So I would just keep an eye on these gaming tokens, because Gala's still sitting at 900 million or 800 million market cap. So
do you think things are moving slower because there's less people in the market? So like trends are taking less time to solidify? Like is that what you've noticed from news trading?
I would say so for sure.
Yeah, no, it's just the more you kind of spend hours, you just realize that it's the same money, same pool of money doing everything. It's the same pool of money. News trading is the same pool of money, kind of on these on-chain plays. It's so PvP out there that people are selling for any sort of gain that they have, rather than letting it ride. And it's just the more narratives that happen, the more diluted they get, and then there's just less opportunity. So that's where I see this currently in the market. Like Unibot, for example, doesn't look too good. It's at like $92 now. It's 60% from the highs. Like we were screaming to buy Unibot or wanting to at like 100.
I think it might start being a buy pretty soon, to be honest.
Yeah. There's two clear levels: the $100 and then the $45, $50. But I see it wick to 60. So like back up order pretty quick.
My gut feel is it's a buy. I mean, there's just the TLDR in this round. If you haven't been paying attention, is there's like this new competitor that's being shilled. I think all these KOLs got banana token. And then like there was a few accounts that started spreading about it being a rug, and then that went viral, and then it was just just a post basically. And then obviously volume's down a lot on all these bots, so that did not help at all.
Yeah, we're investors in banana bots.
Do you like it?
It's all this airdrop speculation. Do you have alpha?
No, I mean I don't know. I'm not actually touching them. That's probably David and Ori that are speaking to them. I mean,
I still think Maestro and Unibot are still the two best, like all-in-one offerings.
Yeah, I would start looking at Unibot. I would start actually looking at Unibot. Seriously, I think Unibot. Ben, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree, 100%. I'm looking at the data now. I mean, it's definitely there's been a big drop off in volume, and
in volume of what? In volume of tokens or in volume?
No,
of
in trade
users?
volume. In trade volume. So,
Yeah.
so user volume, and for the first time, I'm seeing that the tax fees are going up and the bot fees are going down. So
Yeah,
really
so
what you
people
want
are
to
just
see.
moving.
But,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a rush to buy it.
It's a 90 mil market cap now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's no rush, but I think you must keep an eye on it. So, I mean, it is Unibot, Unibot's one. What's the other one? Unibot, Casper, Rollbit.
Yeah,
those are that's our buy list at the moment.
What's Rollbit's price?
Agreed.
15.
It's
16.
Yeah, just under 16 cents.
500 mil.
I see Blue Zell is going again. Any reason for this? It's just absolutely ripping. BLZ.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Blaze, yeah. I've been watching it. I shorted it the first time round. Just watching it again the second time round.
I'm surprised Blue Zell is still even around. So it's a 2017 ICO that I'm invested in.
Just don't short these things.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, what do you think today? What do you think today is the biggest question on people's minds? Like, I think the biggest question on people's minds is how long will this 25,000 level, 26,000 level hold?
How long will we? Yeah, it's boring. So
Yeah,
people
probably
want to
how
know
long until the next dump. That's probably what they're thinking.
Yeah.
The question I think is why there will be no
Angela,
dump.
Has Angela got speaking rights? Because she mentioned she doesn't have speaking rights, Josh.
I do. I'm here.
Yeah. What does Eric Crown say? What was he talking about on the 15th of September?
He's talking about the quad witching, which is well, I put a picture on all these closures at the same the 4 different ones on the same date, September 15th. Yeah, expiration. And because of that, like the market is probably just gonna, if we're not breaking down, we're probably gonna go sideways until the 15th. And if we go sideways and we don't break down, then it's actually pretty bullish odds, according to odds previous times. This quad witching only happens 4 times a year. So
okay.
I see the.
Yeah, I do agree on that. The longer we go sideways now, the more we'll start turning bullish. The bears have to keep this momentum. They've got to keep dropping levels. But if we go long, eventually got to
quickly
invert and hold. Yeah, they got to keep going.
Is this right? Sorry, guys.
The
breakfast.
I
Most
think the
important meal of the day.
global head of product has left.
Yeah, I saw that.
Fuck. I don't know what to think.
It's funny that they all leave for personal reasons, and no one like leaves because they've got a better job. They all like leave to go fishing and shit like that. No one's left Binance to say like, hey, I got hired by Coinbase. You know, it's like,
yep.
It's like, oh no. My wife says I don't do enough chores in the house. I mean, fact. You know, fact. So, I mean, it's just interesting to note when we're thinking about this.
There's there's an interesting thing that ETH in the last like couple of weeks or week, not a couple of months actually, has been deflationary for like 6 to 8 hours, and then the rest of the day it's actually the supply is slightly inflating. Obviously during those meme coin periods and all that sort of stuff, it was seriously deflationary, but as of lately, 6 to 8 hours of the day, it's slightly deflationary, and the rest it's inflationary. It's just given the lack.
Very interesting. I think it was that.
Yeah.
Was it Sisyphus?
Yep. Yeah. And then I just pulled up.
There should be two futures markets. One is there should be an ETH inflation deflation market, like the rate of ETH inflation deflation, and there should be a dominance market. Like, why can't you speculate on dominance?
On ETH dominance.
On any dominance. Why can't I buy and sell dominance?
Oh, you definitely maybe you could actually somewhere. That's true actually.
Yeah.
How would they?
There should be a.
Well, you compare trade versus Bitcoin. I guess that's kind of one way.
No, it's not dominance. No, because they'd have to add all these. It wouldn't be the same.
No.
It's not the same, but it's similar.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only option right now.
Is it time to buy Gala? I mean, generally when I hear of founders fighting and shit like that, and especially when the project is a little bit more centralized, when a project's a bit more centralized, that's usually my cue to get out.
Get in or get out?
Get out. No, if it's decentralized, I would say get in. If it's centralized, I'd say get the fuck out. Like, these founders aren't going to make up.
Yep.
They were the ones running the business. You know, now they're not going to run the business well anymore because they're going to be in court. Also, it's hard to run a business well when you've exited $130 million. It's quite hard to be motivated to go back to work.
Yeah, no, this thing isn't. Although it is at massive support. When I say massive, it's the last week low. But
you would know around first-hand experience in that department. But look at you now.
Yeah. When a vessel says run, you eat fast. I do eat fast, but how do you know?
The Nasdaq is having its best year since 1999, just year to date. Just thought I'd let everyone know. Like, that's kind of crazy when you think about it. It's been pretty doom and gloom, and here you have the Nasdaq having its best year to date.
And still, no one believes the rally. Like, people are still on the sidelines in cash. No one believes the rally.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's just a lot of articles that there's starting to become a dominant amount of articles about how big the risk is of Bitcoin going lower. Like, it's starting to get to that point where it's overwhelmingly everyone expecting it to go much lower.
I ran a poll on my Twitter. I ran a poll on Friday about Bitcoin's next move. And the difference was, it was like 45, 55. It wasn't big.
55.
That's pretty small.
Was down.
Okay.
45 was up, which means that people aren't petrified yet.
But your follower base, Ryan, is also, like, I think a bit different from your average crypto. Like, a lot of these guys are like so like heavily overinvested. I think like that they just need the price to go up. Bit of bias.
Imagine Rover ran the same poll, bro. Can you imagine?
You're like 99% up on
99% up. Yeah.
I mean, what he's doing works from a pure business perspective. We can't deny that. But yeah, there's also
maybe
an ethical side of things too.
I mean, it depends who you want to attract. You know what kind of market you want to attract. That market that believes that shit is I mean, they're not going to be here for long. Let's put it that way.
The Elon Musk is releasing his biography in a week, or on September 12th, I think. And in it, well, see, we only have one article from it, and it slightly contradicts itself in the article. It says that the biography revealed that Elon was quietly funding the development of Dogecoin. And then towards the end, it says, disclaimer, though, Dogecoin developers turned down the funding offers from Elon Musk in 2021. So it says he was funding, and then it says, though Dogecoin developers turned down. So I suppose...
That was public, though. That was public. That was public in 21. I thought you meant
that
before.
He was funding Dogecoin, really?
60,000 people are stuck at Burning Man, and it's not looking good. There is limited food and water and toilets and showers beginning to fail. They need at least 4 days for it to dry out as it's too muddy, and they're stuck. That's a story.
Oh shit. Siama's there.
Yeah, I saw something about them potentially eating each other. I don't know if that's bullshit.
Oh, it's all just
Cannibalism.
such nonsense.
Yeah, I saw the videos. It's like quicksand everywhere.
No, it's really bad. Like, people love it though. They love.
Where is that one?
white pigs?
Which one is it? Which location?
It's in the Nevada desert.
in the
It's like
US.
supposed to be this spiritual. It's like near Vegas. It's like supposed to be this like spiritual festival where there's like a temple and you put like notes to your loved ones that have passed away and they burn it on the last day and it's a big like celebration.
Yeah,
I think it's actually really good.
I was supposed to go to Burning Man. Obviously, I didn't go, but I was supposed to go to Burning Man. I'm going to go to the African version of it's much better. It's called Africa Burn. It's much better. It's not as commercial.
Africa burn.
Why is that a real
Yeah,
thing?
it's a huge thing. It's a huge thing, bro.
Yeah, it's in the
like
Caribbean.
20,000 people go there. It's a lot of people go there.
Wow.
You can actually put your Jeep to use for once, eh?
But a lot of crypto people are there, by the way. A lot of now, Carl, I would never drive there. I mean, to drive back from that place in what condition would you be driving back?
What? So how do you get there? You're gonna fly in a helicopter?
Fly, bro. Get a charter small plane, and get the pilot to come fetch you.
That's very bougie.
Sick. Can you see all the wildlife and like the animals and stuff while you're there too?
No, bro. It's a desert. It's not. It's in the fucking desert. It's
Wow.
in the middle of the fucking desert.
Who knows, man? Maybe they might import it to add to the ambience of the festival.
It's in the middle. It's in the middle of the fucking desert. There's nothing
Well,
there except sand.
Put a hippo in a lake, then that'll work.
The desert. There's no lakes in the desert. Desert
They
means
can
white
make a
sand.
lake.
Think Dubai before they built it.
Well, I mean, man, Dubai makes it rain, so you know these things are possible.
Yeah.
You still think Dubai is going to be the biggest rug pull around, yeah?
What?
The biggest rug pull. You think Dubai is going to be?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, in a couple of years, they're gonna increase tax. They're gonna make real tax. Already, they add 7% taxes for, like, I think onshore companies or something.
Oh man, can you imagine how much money they're going to make when they bump up the taxes?
I think they're going to be
And you
careful
won't be
though
able to-
because they have a lot of competitors. Like there's Saudi Arabia doing like all the line and stuff. And
Right, Miles,
gotta be careful.
right now, they have maybe a few competitors, not a lot, because you can't go to Saudi Arabia because you only recently could you live with a girlfriend unless you're married to her. Saudi Arabia is amazing, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have the tourist infrastructure and the luxuries that we used to, and all the rest of the Emirates don't have it either. Abu Dhabi starting to slowly get it right, and Dubai's been very clever that they've like they sold their devil to the soul, but they sold their souls to the devil. Basically, they went when I was there the first time. No living with your girlfriend unless you're married. You know, like none of that shit. I think there was even no drinking. Then they started to like slowly like, yeah, women couldn't be on the beach in bikinis unless they went to certain beaches. When I went there the first time, and then slowly, now it's a fucking shit show, bro. The last time I went there, I was in a hotel called 5 or something. It's a fucking shit show. Okay, yeah, and now Dubai have the most sophisticated surveillance systems in the world. You'll notice that when you're there, you won't see many police officers because everything is done via cameras. When you install a camera in Dubai, the government automatically have the right to tap into your camera system. You can't deny them that, whether it's inside your house or outside your house, just so you know that.
Oh,
So
wow, that's interesting.
yeah. So they made the most advanced surveillance systems in the world. Okay, so you got this country where the government knows everything that's happening all the time, but no one cares because there's no taxes. The only reason why people care about surveillance is if they've done something wrong or if they need to pay tax. That's the only 2 reasons why people give a shit. Otherwise, people don't give a shit. And I think what's going to happen is they're going to carry on building. It's going to be all good. Everyone's going to be happy, and then they're slowly just going to boil the water. And eventually, I think in like 30 years, there's going to be a 50% tax in Dubai. But by that time, everyone's going to be so rooted in Dubai, you're not going to be able to leave.
Oh, it's like the frog in the boiling in the warm water scenario.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly.
How do they tap
Well, I
into
mean-
your home camera system though? Like it's crazy.
Everything, man. They
Any
got
camera,
everything.
the government has the right to access any camera in Dubai.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, imagine all those people that renounce their own citizenship to go to Dubai that are going to get slugged with mass taxes in a few years' time.
Yeah.
Smart. Well, they've played the long game, so kudos.
I don't think it'll happen
We
quick.
gotta-
Probably going to be a slow process. Like they'll start at like 3% income tax, and then 5, and then 9, and then 10, and every like
Correct.
5 years.
But just imagine.
That's fine. I just need one ball run. It's fine.
Imagine the change in behavior. Imagine the change in behavior when people all of a sudden know that they're getting taxed. Like right now, like you get all these guys. I was watching the Moon Carl's vlogs this weekend. Just to, I stumbled back on his channel, which I think is, by the way, is an amazing, fantastic.
It's so
channel.
good. It's really good.
And,
I hate to say it, but it's true.
Yeah, no, why? He's a great guy. He deserves all the success in the world. He really does. His channel is fantastic. But anyway, I was watching what he does, and I'll tell you one thing: if he was taxed, he wouldn't do half that shit. Like he wouldn't walk around telling people buying Bugattis and buying Rolls Royces and $1.6 million watches when you know people are taxing you. No way.
No way.
Yeah. On another note, did anybody watch the Grand Prix yesterday?
Nah.
Did you guys watch how Leclerc was attacking his own teammate? I mean, to the point where he nearly lost control at one point.
Yeah, they always do that. They locked up on
Your
turn
own
one.
teammate.
Yeah,
Your own teammate when you're second and third in a race, it's unheard of. Come on.
They always crash. Two Ferraris. They always crash.
Yeah, but I mean that's why the team said on the radio. The team yesterday on the radio said, "No risks till the end, please. No risk till the end." And then he still tried to overtake, and his wheels locked. He nearly spun out. He went through that chicane in the middle of the race. I was like, "What the fuck's going on here?" There must be massive rivalry against those two, right?
Yeah, definitely. And then no, definitely. It was good though. It was a really good race actually.
Yeah, I think we're going to start doing spaces during the Grand Prix.
Yeah, I saw
Twitter
that
spaces.
comment. I would agree, but it's just I don't know. I just don't think there's a big audience for it. Doesn't matter.
You want to bet me that it's going to be bigger than Twitter Spaces, than Crypto Spaces. There's a much bigger Formula One market than there is a crypto.
Well,
market.
Mario's
It's
doing
much bigger.
football now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm thinking
How
to
was
myself, I'm
Monaco?
like, why would I want to listen to a Spaces while I'm watching the race? I'd rather just watch it myself and enjoy it.
Well, you
Yeah,
put
but
both
also
on
you
at
can
the same
comment.
time.
You can hear more commentary. You can hear and also afterwards. Also afterwards, the 1 hour afterwards. Can you imagine how cool the 1 hour out?
That would be good. Yeah, that's fair. That part.
Yeah.
Have you been to Monaco, Ren?
Yeah.
Good experience?
Yeah, very good experience. Also very expensive experience. One of the best experiences of my life, but also very expensive experience.
There's a little bit of Fed stuff this week.
Who's not muted? Who's not muted and driving or ordering coffee at the shop? I think it's safe.
I don't know if you saw Andrew Tate's tweet. I don't know if I want to just if there's any women in the chat. He says, "My brain estimating the SEC approval of BTC ETF, Matrix attack, 22 properties and 50 cars to maintain, jet and yacht to maintain, 117 staff." And then women are like, "I want to go spa. Can we go spa?" But obviously, it's quite offensive to women, and I don't endorse it. But he said, the SEC approval of BTC ETF.
Now you know it's a mainstream topic when Andrew Tate's tweeting it. Like I got a big like I don't know. It wasn't good. I was like, oh damn.
I thought it was a fake account.
Everyone knows.
I was like, what is this?
So did I.
And now he's tweeting about the BTC ETF.
Well, now it's out in the open. Buy the rumor, sell the news.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no, just follow Rover's account. Apparently,
I'm
trillions of dollars are going to flow. Trillions of dollars are flowing into the ETF. Trillions of dollars.
Did he actually say
Must
that?
be true.
Trillion.
Yes.
Go read. I commented. It wasn't him. Somebody else, and he just commented. He says, "Yeah, bro, it's going to be fantastic, bro." I'm like, guys, the whole ETF market is $10 trillion. In Canada, 0.3% of it is allocated to Bitcoin. Wondering what your logic is for the trillions of dollars and where they're going to come from. Trillions. Yeah. Seth, you need to be muted, bro. We love having you on the call, but you need to be muted. Yeah. All right, guys. What are we thinking for show today?
Just having a look through some stuff at the moment as well. There's a little bit about BTC miners prices. The balance has decreased by about 4,000 Bitcoin. So there is a little bit of a story around the fact that if we do see another drop, that miners could like capitulate alongside with that as well. There's a couple of Fed speakers speaking this week, but nothing major.
Yep, from an economics perspective, there's Fed speakers. There's that beige book, which is just an economic monetary policy type thing.
Yeah, we've got Atlanta Fed president is talking, and the New York Fed president is talking.
Yeah, there's no key even this week, and the markets are closed as well today because of Labor Day. But there are two things in macro that we can touch upon. Firstly, U.S. Treasuries, China and Saudi are selling again, the U.S. Treasuries, and this is the third year consecutive, third year that U.S. Treasuries have been sold, like fell by more than 15%, I guess. So China is doing that again. And there is something going on in Europe as well, where a CEBR, which is Center of Economic and Research, it's the biggest firm, one of the biggest economic firms here. They're literally expecting a recession in 2024 in the UK. So they have said we are expecting a recession, we are expecting record number of bankruptcies, and everyone should be prepared for that.
Who said that?
Yep.
CEBR. So it's Center of Economic and Business Research. Yes, CEBR, yeah.
So the great question is, like, how will Bitcoin respond to a decent, like a real recession? Like, what would be
I think pretty poorly, I think.
I honestly think this is one of the main reasons that I'm thinking of selling all my alts and going all in Bitcoin. Like, if anything, then Bitcoin should, in theory, thrive in an environment like that.
Don't know if I would.
You can't make a portfolio move that big based on like a rough prediction.
Sure, but I mean, like, imagine if it was gonna be a recession, right? Like like alts will suffer big time.
Fair.
Yeah, sure, but we don't know.
Let me know when you do that, please.
Yeah, and then might as well just go and buy gold for that.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm not being facetious. I'm actually being very honest. If you do that, please let me know, because that's when I'm buying.
That's what you're buying,
and not because it's you, because that's what I did in not 2017, the one before. Yeah, I did it. That's when I did it. And as soon as I did it, the altcoin market started moving. That's when I capitulated.
Yeah, I know. I'll be honest. Like, I actually reworked my portfolio. I was like, fuck this. Like, I need 100x to 1000x coins. So what I did, I actually went full in alts. I'm like, the downside is like what, 60% maybe, but the potential is again like 100x. So I'm actually, but the fact that it is in my mind that, if really there will be a recession and there will be stuff that they're talking about, then this is gonna be a bloodbath, big time.
Everyone in their crypto journey has a perfect selling of the bottom moment.
Okay, I'm not saying I didn't have. I only had a never sell, moment. Never sell the top moment. That's what I had.
Yeah.
Also, the recessionary fears often like get kicked down the road. Like that was the exact same thing that people were saying like at the end of 2022 about 2023, and it kind of just always gets like delayed and delayed and delayed. So I don't know. It's too hard to make a big adjustment like that based on like headlines, because there's always headlines and they're always negative because that's what gets clicks.
Yeah, it's not like they wake up on
the news.
Yeah, it's not like you wake up on February 1st and all of a sudden we're now in a recession. Today, guys, it's finalized. Today is the start of a recession.
Yeah, no, you can't really trade on it. All you can do is position. And if you're like, and if you want to diversify into like more stable assets and hedge a little bit with your old bonds, however you want to do it, then that's like probably the best way to protect yourself. Like even the best.
I mean, it's definitely
like going all in that hedge.
Yeah, like we're definitely on a way for a recession scenario. Like the jobs numbers that came out last Friday were interesting as well, because the unemployment is starting to tick up. If we get another month of those numbers increasing, it starts increasing the probability of having to position ourselves more towards a recession for sure. Like it starts becoming much more likely.
Who gives a fuck about a recession? A recession is a great thing because it means the Fed's going to have to stimulate the economy. The sooner we can get a recession, the better.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
The reason
for everyone that's going to hold into the dump that will come inevitably, and for everyone that's sitting in cash that's smart and has a lot of money, then a recession is the best time in the whole entire world. Then yeah, it's fantastic, because why wouldn't the rich want to get richer? Of course.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's call it for today. I think there's no more water in this lemon, no more juice in the lemon. Let's chat later. There's juice is finished in this lemon. It's a weekend, so it's a long weekend. So yeah.
We'll just work with the stuff we have. See you later.
All right.
Ciao.
Bye.